Hi Salina, this is Rebecca with your Assignment 1 Travel Poster Critique. So Brazil was a really great idea for this destination, and I've never seen anybody do the Copacabana sidewalk. They always do the statue, so I'm really relieved to see this really unique idea and something different for people to want to go see in Brazil. You did a great job following instructions. I'm so happy to see that it is the correct dimensions, that you have a nice white border, that you used 7 or less colors from the supplied color palette and 2 fonts from the supplied font list. So great work there. I think that the diagonal composition is really nice, and I love all these cars lined up to kind of break things up visually with the color. Same with using the umbrellas over here and balancing it out, the weight with the road on this side, to balance out this black and white over here. So great composition ideas. The only things that I see here that I would like to see differently is, this happens in Illustrator a lot, so let me just point out what's going on here. Here in these shadows, this is a true black right here. At least it appears that way to me right now. It's hard to tell on a computer screen all the time, but this looks like true black. Whereas this over here looks like dark gray in the shadows here, and even maybe in here it might be dark gray. So sometimes when you click on the black swatch, for some reason in Illustrator, it doesn't go completely to the full black value. So that's just something to keep in mind when working in Illustrator, especially if it's in CMYK. So just go back through and select your blacks and crank the dials all the way over to the side to make them completely dark, rich black. The other thing is that you have a lot of black strokes going on throughout this whole thing, and that's just not necessary. You don't need the black strokes. So I recommend eliminating them on the umbrellas and in the cars, so you don't lose your detail. Obviously keep the black tires, but consider using a different blue for the stroke, or in the red car using the yellow stroke, or just mixing it up a bit for fun. I also noticed that you have blue going through as a stroke on the Copacabana design, and I believe that the sidewalk is just white and black. I don't know if that was intentional or not. But it sticks out over here off of the edge of the border here, which looks unintentional to me, as well as up here on the top. So just keep in mind those little details. I think that the font down here, the fonts were great. I think the word Brazil could be larger, and that Brazil needs to take precedence over welcome to. So either switch the fonts, make Brazil, more bold or red, or larger if you can, because I think that that's the key word here as opposed to welcome to. My one last thing is these umbrellas with the shadows below. I love that you incorporated shadows, but it looks like these umbrellas are flying away because the shadow isn't connected to the umbrella, and they're coming from different angles. So pay attention to where your shadows are on the car, and then have the shadows fall off of the umbrellas in that same direction, so that the sun, your light source, your main light source, is always coming. It's always going to be in one spot, and the shadows will be casted all in the same direction on all the objects. All right, other than that, keep up the great original ideas. Keep up the fantastic composition, and great job using the pen tool.